All right, as you saw right there, we've got crews out everywhere today. The sun is out, but looks are deceiving, that's for sure. It is bitterly cold, dangerously cold, and will be for some time. Hope you're staying warm today. Thanks for joining us at 4. I'm Dustin Grove.
And I'm Felicia Lawrence, and they have been making some progress on our roads this afternoon. However, there's still a long way to go. Sean Ash is here. He tells us what we can expect over the next 24 hours.
You know, the last time I was able to stop in the middle of Meridian Street on my way to work and take a picture was January of 2014. And that was the last time we had as much snowfall as we had over the last 2 days here. So I did it again today, and it looked very, very similar. And it's going to take some time. We tried to stress that on this cleanup because of how much volume of snow we had, and then the cold temperatures that have followed and that are going to be with us all week long here. This is a look at the north split. We can see some pavement, but it has been a big trouble spot over the last 24 hours. I just updated this travel alert map. We're starting to see less red, but there's still a lot of red, and that's the travel warning, and that's where you need to avoid travel if possible. That includes Marion County until midnight. So it's a slow go here. This is the look downtown right now. Yeah, sunshine, but very deceiving. Certainly we're hovering in the single digits, and there's that west-southwest wind at about 15 miles per hour. So that makes these temperatures to your exposed skin feel more like 15 to almost 20 below. I do want you to know as we go through tonight, as soon as the sun sets, because now we have that deep snowpack, temperatures will drop very quickly. We're going to go sub-zero, get down to about -8 around midnight, and then they'll actually go up a little bit toward tomorrow morning. We say little bit in relative terms here. I also want you to be aware that we're expecting a little area of freezing fog, or maybe even a little bit of light snowfall developing overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. And because of that, the roads that do get cleaned up may actually become slick again tomorrow morning if you have to get back to work. Something we'll monitor closely. 7 day is full of cold, unfortunately. I'll have that here in a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you then, Sean. Thank you. Now let's take a quick look at road conditions and the issues out there this afternoon. This is another live look. You just saw it a second ago. This is a second look at the north split right now. According to state police, there were 129 crashes during this recent storm in the Indianapolis district. Thankfully, though, a lot of cars and trucks have been staying off the interstates today. No issues right there right now.
Yeah, we got some more numbers for you. Also, within the same 36-hour period, the department is reporting 121 slide-offs and 14 injuries. And this, what you're seeing, is along the south split. So remember, much of central and southern Indiana remains in a travel warning. We have details and county-by-county updates. You can head to our website, WTHR.com, for that.
And now, if we can, there it is. Want to take a look at DPW's SnowForce viewer. And I know there are a lot of different colors here. It's hard to see and understand completely what you're looking at. But the light blue on that map indicates the roads being plowed right now. So DPW crews working 12-hour rotating shifts. Contractors have been out now for going on 24 hours working on not only those primary roads and streets, but also into the neighborhood streets as well. So the big question, of course, you're probably asking, and everybody keeps asking, is when will the plows reach my street?
It's an important question. So some neighborhoods are just still buried. I mean, really haven't been touched at all. Mayor Joe Hogsett joined leaders with DPW this afternoon for an update on the snow removal. Our Ashton Hackman was at that press conference. And Ashton, what's the timeline?
Yeah, they tell us they expect to have all the clearing done by this time tomorrow afternoon. That's the goal, at least. And this is really the first major test of the city's new snow removal plan. Crews have been working 12-hour shifts since late Friday before that storm moved through, focusing on priority roads and major connectors first. The city then brought in those private contractors around 5 last night to help clear residential areas. So far, crews tell us they have finished about half of the neighborhoods in 5 of the city's 9 townships. So still plenty of neighborhoods to hit. DPW tells us the work is going to continue.
This is still going to take a little while. This was Indy's largest snowfall in more than a decade, and the temperatures are not in our favor. This snow is here to stay, folks.
In the meantime, the travel warning for Marion County will downgrade to a watch at midnight tonight. That's for essential travel only, so to and from work, doctor's appointments. Really, if you don't have to go out on the roads, you might want to take another day off. If you do go out, obviously slow down, stay focused, keep your eyes on the road, and just take your time. It's also important to note that the salt, a lot of people have been asking on my posts online why the city didn't put down any salt. It's because the brutal cold that we are seeing, the salt that the city has, it just won't do anything with how cold it is.
It would have melted and then probably just refrozen.
Yep.
Helped. All right. Thank you, Ashton. We appreciate it. We'll check back in. And this afternoon, we are taking a look at road conditions across the metro area.
I wanted to see how much progress NDDPW has made since the storm wrapped up last night. Our Matthew Foltz is live in our drive cam this afternoon. He's been checking in on the near east side of the city. So Matthew, how's it looking out there?
Well, Dustin and Felicia, it's still very slippery on these side of residential streets. So right now, if you take a look in front of your screen, our drive cam, we're in the Woodruff Place neighborhood. So this is just off of East 10th Street, east of Arsenal Tech High School on the city's near east side. And you can see right now, these streets are just unplowed right now. So we're having to really take our time as we make our way through here. As you can see, it's still pretty tight. A lot of cars parked on the side that still have snow covered on it, but a lot of snow. We're talking about at least 12 inches right here that has been mainly dug through by just cars coming through, making the path a little bit more clear. But I want to show you some of the video that I shot just a few hours ago when I was out here around 11:30. Basically, again, tire tracks really leading the way. If you veer off at any point and you don't have four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, you're in trouble, because that's the name of the game. I've been seeing a lot of people, even in this neighborhood, spinning out, getting stuck, trying to shovel their cars out, try to shovel their way through different things. And I even got stuck at one point trying to just enter the neighborhood earlier this morning. Now, while it was pretty quiet in this neighborhood, I did see a few people out shoveling their snow, trying to clear their driveways and whatnot. And I spoke to an older gentleman, and here's what he had to say about the lack of snowplow through this area. Take a listen.
I have some doctor's prescriptions to pick up, but I guess I'll wait on those for a bit. Yeah. But yes, I'll wait it out until I can get out of out of the street here. It would be nice if we could have some more snow plowing around here, definitely.
Now, I did reach out to DPW, and they tell me that Woodruff Place East and West Drive are both priority 3 roadways that contractors are responsible for. So I did get an update from NDDPW. They say that their contractors for the priority streets, roads 2 and 3 priorities, they got sent out yesterday at 5 p.m. And again, these still have not yet gotten to side streets like this, again, under the priority 3 list. And I'm told that they should be completed with those by tomorrow afternoon. So still a lot of tricky side streets. We're going to have more from other residents here on the city's east side. As you can see, Dustin and Felicia, right now, we're just going about 5 miles an hour, taking our time. And it's still, you really got to have a grip on the steering wheel so you don't lose control.
Yeah, you really do. We saw the ruts that you kind of have to drive through in that neighborhood, Matthew, and also dodging the cars that are still parked there along the street, too.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going a little bit faster on the drive cam as you see things passing by, but literally 5 to 10 miles per hour. That's good. I would want to underscore what he said about tomorrow afternoon. If
Right.
everyone's talking about going out or tomorrow morning and the advisory has been lifted in a sense, or at least downgraded, that's something to remember.
Yeah, some of those neighborhoods still will not have been plowed. Another neighborhood we're watching today is the Fountain Square neighborhood. A lot of houses in that area, too.
And that's where Rich Naya is actually doing a ride along tonight to check on the snow removal there. What are you finding, Rich, and can you tell us about how fast you're driving as well?
We are going about 8 miles an hour, and we are on Hoyt Avenue. This is right in the heart of Fountain Square. And of course, this is a really old neighborhood in Indianapolis. There's been a lot of revitalization in this neighborhood, but we have a lot of city streets that are lined with houses, and that's what you're looking at right now here on Hoyt Avenue. You can see this is a street where there's only parking allowed on one side, but it is a two-way street. But right now, we're lucky to have one path. You can see this has not been plowed at all. We have two ruts, so it's at least passable, but you can see many of the cars are snowed in and have not been touched since the snow started on Saturday. As I was in the neighborhood today, I did not see any of those private contractors out plowing, although there are some streets in this area we'll show you later tonight that have been plowed. I did run into lots of people trying to dig out their cars, including Meredith Angel on Hoyt Avenue this afternoon. She was cleaning out the snow around her vehicle and also her neighbor's vehicle, and she told me she spent about 90 minutes shoveling on Sunday and then another hour today. Her vehicle on the street had not moved since that snow started on Saturday.
This is probably more of a main road that people come down pretty often, but some of the side roads that we walk the dogs on, those are still pretty tough to get through, especially if you're not in a four-wheel or all-wheel drive vehicle. Plows are obviously great, but if they pack cars in even greater, that becomes too heavy for people to lift.
And now you're looking at another block still on Hoyt Avenue that I shot video of earlier today, which had been plowed, at least one pass through. But some of those cars parked on the street now even more surrounded by snow after the plow cleared the street, just like Meredith was talking about. And back here live, again, we're on Hoyt Avenue. We're in Fountain Square. We're going to show you some of the other streets in this area. Again, I have seen a few that have been plowed, at least one pass, but we're going to take you on a street next hour that has not been touched, and it's got cars parked on both sides and is almost impossible to get down that street. We'll take you there and see where things stand coming up at 5:30.
All right, Rich Nye reporting live for us. Thank you. And it's worth repeating what Ashton had told us a few minutes ago. As of earlier this afternoon, 5 of the county's 9 townships were about halfway plowed as far as residential streets go. And to your point, not completely done until tomorrow afternoon. That's their goal anyway.
That means way more time. We were both on the roads this morning, and even though we were on the interstate, the crews are working. We know there are, but it doesn't.
Yeah,
it's not looking good.
Takes a lot of patience.
It's not looking good.
Yeah, let's continue our coverage here talking about power outages.
Yeah, with all the snow and these sub-zero wind chills, a power outage can make just a miserable Monday even worse.
And as Jenny Runovich tells us, that happened today for thousands of AES customers in Franklin Township.
At the peak of the power outage, 7,600 people without electricity. Definitely not ideal in this bitter cold. Luckily, this one ended up just a few hours without power. Mark Spurka going old school to dig out his driveway Monday morning. The snowblower stuck inside the garage, which has no power. He and several thousand Franklin Township neighbors without lights, without electricity, without heat in sub-zero weather. Traffic lights out too when driving's already dicey on icy roads. A problem at the AES substation for Franklin Township knocked out power in a lot of neighborhoods. And it came at a time when other power companies, regional electric cooperatives, had been warning their customers to conserve electricity to avoid outages during low temps and high demand. Crews with AES got people back online and back warmed up after this outage by the afternoon.
We were just joking inside that we hope the crews are still here. We're afraid they might have shipped half of the crews to Memphis to help people down there.
He's talking about the paralyzing power outages to our south. Parts of Tennessee could be out for days after ice coated trees and power lines. Here in Indy, that might make the snow and a small outage feel a bit better. In Franklin Township, Jenny Runovich, 13 News.
Because of the weekend snowstorm, several places across the state are shut down, and here in Indianapolis as well. So when it comes to looking for resources and finding assistance, there's a few things you need to know. Number 1, 211 will be your best bet. They there can connect you with certain community resources based on your zip code. They say they won't take calls after 6 p.m., but you can go to their website and find plenty of information that can direct you to your best help. Programs like Meals on Wheels of Central Indiana actually postponed their deliveries today and tomorrow because of the weather, just with the snow-covered roads and, of course, those frigid temps. They actually left their clients with a bag of food for emergencies for this exact reason. As for the homeless shelters here in Indianapolis, Wheeler Mission has served more than 800 men and women just Sunday night alone, and they expect that to stay throughout the week as we continue in these frigid temperatures. But they are welcoming their doors to anybody who needs a hot meal and a warm place to go.